Hi Libra, this is your reading for June 2019. You might want to put headphones on so that you can really pay attention to the messages coming through, focusing all of your attention here. Set aside anything that you're doing so you're not multitasking. And while I'm shuffling here, please take a moment to check in with your higher self and your guides. Ask them to connect to me, to my higher self and my guides, so that we can create a feedback loop. That way we're going to make sure that messages that are coming through are tailored especially for you. Let's have a look. Really interesting cards here for you, Libra. From the major arcana, you have the Magician, the Sun, and the Judgment card, and the Hanged Man. There's also a lot of Pentacles cards here. You have 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Pentacles upright, 8 of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Pentacles reversed, and crossing card at the center of the reading is the Queen of Pentacles. So probably one aspect of this reading for what's going on for you at this time is that money is maybe on your mind. You may be having some issues with work and your financial flow. Seeing that the three of Pentacles is at the foundation of the reading here in the upright position, this could indicate that you may be working on a group project at this time or in a collaborative effort that is leaving you feeling a little bit unsatisfied. Like you may be feeling, with the 8 of Pentacles being the crowning card, you might be feeling that your skills are being undervalued or are underutilized in this group project, and that might be making you feel a little bit dissatisfied or frustrated. That's one element of the reading. But you also have the 3 of Wands in the heart of the reading in the reverse position, crossed by the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this could indicate that you may be a little bit either related to your work at the moment or otherwise just in general in life. You may be feeling a little bit unsure of your direction. You might be feeling a little bit, I'm hearing lackluster. Like you might not be feeling like the offers that you have at this moment or the projects that you're involved with are feeling like the right thing for you, or that or satisfying. You might not be feeling very satisfied in your expression at the moment, especially in relation to work. You also have here 4 of Wands in reverse. So you have 3 and 4 of Wands in the reading, both in reversed. So this could mean that there might be an element here of upheaval with some of you in regards to maybe your home life. You might be wanting to move or wishing to change your home environment, or you might be in relation to this Queen of Pentacles in reverse at the heart of the reading, or also in relation to either your work project or your home life. There could be some kind of upheaval or upset happening there where things are changing and are feeling a little bit unstable, and you might be having a sort of there might be a turn of events happening for you that may not be that easy at this time. Like 10 of Pentacles as well with the 4 of Wands. These are both marriage cards, partnership cards. Seeing them both in reverse in this reading could indicate some of you may be dealing with a breakup or some kind of like moving out of home or some kind of unsettled shifting energy around home life. You have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse here. This could also be in relation to your romantic relationship. Like the Knight of Cups here in reverse. In the upright position, this is a love offer or something romantic, something creative. But seeing it in reverse here could be part of a story here with some of you where you might not be how do I say that? You might be uncertain about your relationship, or you might be uncertain about your work and feeling like maybe you need to make a decision about whether or not you'll continue with it. There's definitely some uncertain energy in these cards here of like feeling like a little frustrated with what's going on around you with your with what's unfolding, let's say. And yet there's some very positive and bright cards in the top part of the reading there, so I'll get to that in a second. But Hangman in the position here of recent past, or what you're coming into this reading with, it feels like there could have been some kind of compromise. That could be what some of this frustrated energy is. You may have been put in a position where you've had to compromise on your work or your relationship in some way that has felt a bit unfair or confusing. That's what I'm getting. But in the hopes and fears position of the reading, you have the Four of Cups with the Sun. This is telling me that what may feel dissatisfying about your situation, what may feel boring or something you might feel apathetic about or uninterested in, could actually be something that you can utilize to catalyze your situation into bringing you closer to something that's more joyful, more in alignment with what you want to do. So I think part of what this is about here for you at this time is really analyzing the situation that you're in and making some firm decisions with clarity about what you want to channel your energy into. So in the outcome position, you have this Ace of Swords, but it's in reverse with the Magician. This is telling me that you're close to having some kind of really powerful change in your conditions, but that's only going to be brought about by your ability to make a clear decision and channel your energy forward using the power that the Magician has into something to manifest that which is more in alignment with what you are calling in. Because what it feels like here is that you may be you might be feeling unsatisfied in work or in your relationship in a way that you feel like your gifts and talents and skills are underappreciated or unseen. But somehow you've kind of put yourself in a situation where that's what's happening here. So it feels like your dissatisfaction can be something that you actually use in a beneficial way to sort of help channel a bit more clarity and decisiveness in what you want to do and what you want to create, and sort of shift the circumstances of your current situation to make changes in a way that will feel a lot more empowering for you with the Magician there. Bottom of the deck, you have the Lovers in reverse, Eight of Cups, the Fool, and the Four of Pentacles. Cool. So for some of you, seeing the Lovers in reverse here with this Eight of Cups, it does kind of feel like that what I've described here is maybe accurate for some of you. Like if you've been in a relationship and that may be in question at this time, that's what the Lovers is saying in reverse. That maybe your partnership could be shifting or being altered in some way or dissolving. This could also be a business partnership too. This is either work or home life. And this Eight of Pentacles here, sorry, Eight of Cups upright is saying like, it could be time for you to walk away from a circumstance or a situation. And if you make that decision, the opportunities here look bright. Like they have the Fool in the upright position with the Four of Pentacles. So what it feels like is if you make a decision to walk away from something that's unsatisfying or that's frustrating or that feels like in some way a compromise or in some way a diminishing energy of you and who you are and what you want to express, if you find the courage and the insight and the wisdom within to actually take that step forward and move away from a situation that's not ideal for you, even if it looks great and even if it seems like good opportunities and such, but if you're unhappy there and you're not really feeling like you're being seen for who you are, for the gifts and talents that you have, and if you feel a little bit undermined sometimes, or if you feel a little bit, frustrated, or even if it's just about you being uncertain whether or not that situation can actually provide some kind of longevity for you, it could be just as simple as that. Then you will be able to access this energy of the Fool, where there's this sort of really profound sense of like closing out a chapter and moving away from something that no longer suits you or no longer satisfies you. And you can come forward with this energy of trust, of positivity, of hopefulness, of optimism, with a renewed sense of like life and the opportunities that could be there for you. It's really cool seeing the 0 and the 1 together in the reading, like this magician, fool and magician, so 0 and 1 from the major arcana. And then you have 19 and 20, right? So there's definitely progressive energy here for you. It's available, but it's definitely going to be up to you to make choices to activate and work with the energy that's available to you. Because if you don't, like, you're just going to still be in this situation that I just described. But if you decide to take that step, take a leap of faith, move away from something that may or may not be comfortable or suitable or enjoyable or in any way the right thing for you, then you can come away with this energy of the Fool, and then also accessing this energy of the 4 of Pentacles, where you're actually able to consolidate your energy and establish a new foundation or a new frequency of energy, and also a new financial opportunities too. Okay. That was basically the general reading here. Let me just check over and see if there's nothing else. This Queen of Pentacles at the heart of the reading is an interesting energy. I feel that there could be for some of you, and I read reversals for the crossing card as well here, so this Queen of Pentacles is actually in reverse. What this is saying to me is that you might feel that there's a person in your way. Like this may be a person, this could be yourself actually. You could be actually the person in your own way. You could be feeling a little bit, I'm hearing, unsubstantial. You might not feel so confident or grounded or established in your own resources to be able to make the changes that you want to make. That could be one part of this reading. It could be that this is another person, and you might feel that this person is an obstacle to you, and that you may be having a hard time dealing with someone that you find to be a little bit maybe overbearing or controlling. That could be an element. But I could equally see this being your energy, where you might be your own obstacle, in that you may not feel like you have enough money to make a move. You might not feel like you have enough confidence to make a move. You may be feeling a little bit unresourceful or insecure in some way. This could be about your actual financial state, or this could be about your emotional well-being and your sense of confidence and clarity. So either way, take what fits there for you. But just understand that, like, there is potential here for you to move through and out of a situation that might not be ideal for you if you want to, and you can make a new beginning and re-establish yourself and consolidate yourself as a new unique and independent entity. But you could also stay where you are, and then things won't change. So there's no with the tarot, there's no like definitive future. There is only potential, and it's up to you to make choices and rise up to meet energy that's available to you if you feel like that's what you want at that time. If not, it'll pass by, and there might be another opportunity later. It might be something different, you know. It's just a question of timing for you, like if things are in the right place for you to actually make that transition and take that step forward into something different. But yeah, there's definitely magic. There's, like, with the Sun and the Magician there in the reading, there's this feeling of a bright, optimistic, kind of powerful energy that's waiting for you to kind of access. With the Judgment card here, together with the 4 of Wands in reverse, I do feel that there could be like I'm hearing trial. Some of you might actually be in some kind of legal situation here with that, trial. But what I felt more was that there's something testing you. There's a trialing energy of like feeling a little bit under pressure, or under circumstances that feel like you're a little difficult to deal with and understand. And that could be some of the frustration that you're feeling. But again, the Judgment card to me is a lot about raw honesty, and your ability to break through a challenging time is equally, how do I describe that? You can easily diffuse a difficult situation as soon as you're willing to be raw and real and super honest with yourself about your exact state of being, where you are right now, and exactly the circumstances you're in, and generally that means like owning the responsibility for the circumstances that you're in, and that it's at that critical point that you will be actually able to catalyze the situation, because in that moment of owning responsibility, you also see that you are the way through and that you can change your circumstances. So let me just check over here. I just want to say it's okay to change your mind. Like if you're committed to something, but it's not what you want in the end, it's okay to change your mind. Excuse me. I feel like for some of you, there's a little bit of an energy here around like you feeling a little bit bound to a promise you made, or to, you know, your word. And of course, I would always say that your word is really important and that you should follow through. But I feel like if you're really unhappy and you're really uncomfortable, and what the situation you're in right now is actually not what you thought you were getting into, it's really important to communicate that and be clear in your energy, rather than continue on in something that's really unsatisfying and really making you unhappy and really frustrated. And then you kind of maybe end up being passive aggressive or a little bit irritable or something like that. So, you know, just be clear in your energy, be honest with where you are, and communicate to people if there needs to be communication, so that you can clarify your energy and the situation if it needs to be. Okay, I feel that's it for the general reading. Let's take a look at the higher octave reading with the Voyager deck. The higher octave reading is designed to provide a little more insight into what we're in and how we got there, and what to do with the energy that's available to us to make the most out of the lessons that we're faced at this time. It can also help explain a little bit more about the karmic and spiritual energy that we're facing. So while I'm shuffling again, please send your energy over into the deck so I can get messages that are really clear and precise for you. Woman of Wands reversed, crossed by Balance, which is the Justice card from the Rider-Waite deck. This is the Libra card from the Major Arcana. Star in reverse, Six of Wands, Child of Wands, Five of Cups, Universe reversed. Universe is the Judgment card, so it's the same. Oh, sorry, no, it's the World. Excuse me. Three of Worlds, which you had here in this reading before. Death, Hierophant reversed. Death is reversed, Hierophant is reversed. Three of Wands reversed, Devil reversed, Two of Cups upright, and Ten of Cups upright. That's interesting. So in this reading, you have two relationship kind of cards, or like marriage cards, both upright in this reading. So Two of Cups and Ten of Cups. Whereas in the previous reading, you had the Lovers, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles all in reverse. So let's see what's going on here. Again, you have like a female court card at the center of the reading in reverse position. This time it's crossed by you. So this is kind of saying to me that you might be in a situation where you're seeing a partner or another person as your obstacle. But in this reading, it's kind of saying that maybe you are the obstacle to that person. Interesting. So a lot of Major Arcana cards at the top of the reading. You have Death and Devil both in reverse, Star in reverse, Hierophant in reverse. A lot of reversals there. And also the Universe card is in reverse. So all the Major Arcana cards that are in your reading, including your card, is in reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Major Arcana cards in reverse here. I feel what I feel here is that there is some really major, I kind of actually, even though I've said karma and I say karma, I kind of prefer not to use the word that much, because I think it's rather misunderstood and a little misappropriated from its actual real meaning. I feel that there is some deep lessons, let's put it that way. There are some deep lessons available to you right now. Like I feel there is a possibility here for a really major transformation for you, for some significant life path obstacles. Maybe there's some, what I feel here is that there's some things playing out that are recurring patterns that you may have been experiencing, and it could be it could be very much to do with your history with romantic partners, where you're getting a big shake up, and you're getting maybe a big opportunity here to really overcome some I'm hearing endearing shortcomings. So what does it mean? I feel that you might have some, how do I say that? You might have some like kind of big personality traits or ways of being that I'm hearing impeding. There's something here about like what I feel, and I felt this kind of in the first reading too, but this is much more clear here. There's something here about the need to please people and the desire to kind of want to make other people happy by kind of agreeing to things. That's what I was feeling with the Hanged Man in the previous reading. It's like you compromise and you agree to things that you may not actually really want to do, but you don't realize it at the time because you're so excited by someone's idea and you want to help them and you want to get involved and you want to participate in someone's project or someone's plan or whatever. And then you get into it, and part of the way through you realize that you actually don't want to do this at all, and you feel committed, but you don't want to finish it. But you don't really know how to express that because you kind of gave your word, and now you kind of don't want to upset people, disappoint them. But unconsciously you start to sabotage the situation, and it ends up kind of disappointing people anyway. So I think there's something here about locating and identifying if this is something that you can recognize by what I'm describing here. If not, disregard this reading and turn it off and go outside for a walk. But if you can relate to what I'm talking about, this is a moment here for you to identify your loop and start to observe it and witness it so that you can start to understand it in order to catalyze it, change it, and dissolve it. Because, yeah, there's definitely something big there that's waiting to be shifted. It just needs your awareness. It needs your attention. It needs some time. It needs some time from you. The World in reverse here with this Ten of Cups. It does kind of say that, like, I mean, what I was describing before in the previous reading about, like, you know, if something's not suiting you and you feel like it's you could move on and start afresh, like have a new beginning. With this World in reverse with the Ten of Cups here, it's kind of saying that maybe there's some unfinished business here, but that's not to say that there actually really is. It's just saying here that maybe you're telling yourself that, and that's why you kind of don't feel like you have the ability to give yourself permission to leave, if that's what you want to do. I'm not telling you that it's not finished. I'm telling you that I think that you think it's not finished. So look at that if that feels relevant for you as well. Take a look at that. But there's also something there about, I mean, seeing death and the devil's played together, both in reverse here. I feel there's something here around needing to break a cycle of dependency, whether it's in your relationships or whether it's with what are other types of external crutches that you might be, you know, leaning on. But this could be part of what I was describing earlier with regard to identifying a cycle of like feeling maybe overly generous and then maybe regretting, right? This is something. This could be something to do with that, where it's kind of like you want people to like you maybe, or you want people's approval. So you kind of like, you know, it's just a way of relating in a way. It's a way that you relate sometimes. That might need it might need a little bit of discerning energy, just a little bit of pulling back and a little bit of a reservation about that kind of like rushing forward into decisions or to projects or into things that seem like a good idea at first, but after a little bit of contemplation or practice of, you may realize it's actually not really for you. Okay? And then the Star and the Hierophant together here, both upright. Again, it's very celestial energy here. I feel there's a lot of like guidance from from like cosmic, there's like a lot of cosmic energy in this reading. That's why I kind of went towards karma in the beginning of the reading, because I do feel like there's something here about you, like a possibility to kind of break a chain or break a cycle of something that's been long ingrained. But it requires some dedication, and it requires the willingness to to observe your own automations that play out, and be able to witness them in a way that makes you understand what it is that you need to interrupt in the flow. Okay. Now let's have a look what's at the bottom of the deck. Nine of Worlds, Ace of Cups, Man of Crystals, and Two of Worlds reversed. This is really beautiful. This is beautiful energy. This is telling me that there is a lot of opportunity here for you to reap the rewards of a lot of, because I mean, I know I was being kind of a little bit hard on you just there, but actually I'm totally neutral here. I'm just describing the energy of the cards. I'm just witnessing. But what this is saying here is that actually, while this may feel complicated and difficult and a little bit of pressure and trying, like with that kind of judgment card I was describing earlier, you're actually really close to reaping the rewards of a lot of hard work that you've been putting in for maybe many years or even many lifetimes, to actually be able to arrive at this point where you can have that kind of understanding. Man of Crystals. And it's a really big opening to unconditional love that's here for you. Okay. And the Two of Worlds in reverse there, it's again the same card that you had here in the previous reading. I just feel that there is something here for you about being decisive. You may need to be a little bit more decisive and more clear, because it's some of what the energy from the previous reading was. It's like maybe you just kind of get swept along in things and you get excited about what other people are excited about. And maybe this is something a little bit about, similar to this card in a way. It's like, just take a moment to like actually withdraw your energy. You can still be in a group of people or an environment where there's like exciting ideas going around, but before you jump in and commit, just like pull back a little bit and actually really contemplate before you make any commitments or promises. That could be the next step along the way, but I think the first step right here, right now, is to just actually observe and witness your own pattern. And it's that point of being able to observe and witness and identify the pattern that you can then disrupt it when it's needed. Let's see what this top of the card, yeah, Hangman again, there it is. So while this card in this position, in this reading, was a little bit more about feeling compromised and kind of agreeing to things that maybe feel like a little bit of like giving up of something, this card in this reading feels more to me like what it is you need to let go of for yourself that will give you a bit more of a liberated sense of well-being. Okay. Okay, Libra. Let's check over here, but I feel that's it for your reading. I feel to say here with this card here at the heart of the reading, this is your card, the Libra card. This is called Balance in this deck. It's the Justice card from other decks. Again, being that you are in the position of your own obstacle here in this reading, I do feel to say that, you know, strive to like let go a little bit. Like it feels like you are getting in your own way in some ways here in this situation, and it may just require you to take a little bit of a detached perspective on things and give the situation a bit of breathing room so you can actually really see what's going on. I feel like you need to zoom out a little bit. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for your subscription. On the screen now you're going to see playlists for the other readings for June, and you're going to see also a playlist for other Libra readings from months gone by. Feel free to check out those. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't yet, please do, and hit the notification bell so that you can know when new videos are being uploaded so you don't miss any readings. I'll see you in the next one.